Achieving objectives. I have a secret. I want to tell you that I'm working on a project. My project is, how can I consistently improve my behaviors and improve my habits? This is a tough job. This is a lifetime process. But it's something that is essential if we want our lives to show up like we expect. So I spend a lot of time working on it. Every morning when I turn on my computer, right, I work at my desk all day long, pretty much. I turn on my computer, I open up this Word document that is typically 100 pages long. When it gets too big, I cut it. It's my journal, and I keep track of what are the things that I'm going to do, and every time I accomplish one, I write done and move it to the bottom of the list. Wow, that feels good. And then I keep track during the day of what I'm doing and what I'm getting accomplished and what I'm spending my time. Now, I'd like to be at a point where I can, at some day, be able to actually categorize all these notes that I keep. But it's a discipline that I've begun. I used to have manuals and keep track of things, of appointments and things like that. It's just so much easier to copy, cut, and paste now. So this is one of the devices that I've been using to monitor what I want to do and what I'm actually doing. And then I do the same with finance. I keep track with Quicken and QuickBooks. I use Quicken to monitor my personal expenses and QuickBooks to monitor my business so that it's separate. And with these, and then I have a budget and I keep track. So these are disciplines, and at times it's like, wow, am I really accomplishing what I want to accomplish? But and sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. And when I'm not, I'm able to see it. So I just want to bring that up around achieving objectives and around the idea of SMART goals. Now, I've heard of SMART goals for some time. I'm sure everyone in the room has heard of it. And typically what I've heard of is, it's got to be specific, it's got to be measurable, it's got to be attainable. It has to be realistic, and then it has to be time-based. But in preparing for today, I looked online and I found a few other ideas around it that make it a little more flexible. For the S in SMART goals is specific or significant or stretching. And then for the M, there's measurable or there's meaningful and motivational. And then for A, there's agreed upon, attainable, achievable, acceptable, or action-oriented. And then for R, there's realistic, relevant, reasonable, rewarding, and results-oriented. And then the T is all relating to time, basically time-based, timely, tangible, actually, tangible and trackable. So as I went through these and I thought about these, because when I'm writing down the things that I want to do and the things that I want to accomplish, it's really good to evaluate exactly, are these SMART goals? Can I really measure them? Because a lot of the times it's hard to have a truly measurable goal. So one of the things that this brings up for me is what happens when I'm off course. When I have a list of things to do and the day is just not going like it was planned to be. Yesterday was one of those days. All through the day I was like, what's going on today? But it was just one of those days and it went through just fine, and I still got my list accomplished. It was just one of those things. But so the thing is, and I know, we're all in this same boat. It's like, what do we do when we notice that? Well, the first thing we notice is we go back to what is it we're doing today? And then why are we doing it? How are we doing it? And what's the most important thing? Because prioritizing is always a key. And once you can get that number one task taken care of and off your list, then everything starts looking a lot better. And then prioritize. Okay, now, in the midst of all this confusion, phone calls, everything else going on, now what's the most important single thing that I'm gonna focus my energy just on that? So it's evaluating, it's this combination of evaluation, and then when you see you're off, then just go back and do it again, do it again. It's creating these good habits. And, you know, we can always do better. We can always look at what do we want, what's possible with all of the upset that's going on in the world. God knows there's a lot of things we can do to help and to be a contribution to people. So I say, let's look at this, all of us. As a club, we're beginning a new year, and this is an opportunity where we can support ourselves, because that's the other part of my secret. And that I like to work with groups of people to support each other, because we all need that mutual support. Ernesto Sorolla is a philosopher and a consultant, and he's talked about there's a trinity of management. There's three things basically. We can be communicators, we can be organizers, and we can be the people who get things done. Usually we can't do all three of those. So pick out what you do best, and then surround yourself with other people to help you to get those other two aspects of your personality taken care of in the projects that you're involved in. Thank you very much.